Connecting Central Texas. This is Good Morning Texas.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Andrew Lamparski. Let's start the 6 o'clock hour with a check on the weather with meteorologist Josh Johns. Josh, how are things looking this Thursday morning?
Yeah, setting up to be a nice one, Andrew. We have temperatures that are a little cool right now. They've dipped into the upper 40s. They were in the 50s about an hour ago. Now continuing to fall and now happen until the sun comes up. Upper 60s by 10 o'clock, lower 70s by noon, and late this afternoon heading towards those upper 70s. We should be there for this time of year, though. Normal 78, and I'm calling for a high of around 79 in Waco and Temple, Killeen, and off to the west could see temperatures in the low to mid 80s. I am tracking some warmer temperatures and a chance of storms coming up here in the next couple of days. I'll walk you through it in the 10-day in just a few minutes.
New from overnight, abortion rights advocates breathing a sigh of relief after a federal appeals court freezes parts of an order by a Texas judge which would have suspended approval for a commonly used abortion drug. The court issuing that ruling late last night, but it only partially grants a request from the Justice Department and the drug's manufacturer. Under this new order, the drug's FDA approval will remain while an expedited appeal plays out. It's just the latest step in a fight that's expected to end up before the U.S. Supreme Court. Joe St. George takes a closer look.
An overnight ruling means mifepristone for now can still be offered in states where medication abortion is legal, but that the FDA must stop offering the drug through the mail. The reality is this latest ruling is far from the end of this debate. An appeal to the Supreme Court is likely, which is why it's important to know the facts. Fact number one, if mifepristone is banned in a later ruling, medication abortions can still occur in states where abortion is legal. That's because mifepristone isn't the only drug abortion providers can use. Typically, mifepristone is used with the drug misoprostol in a medication abortion. Multiple organizations have said, though, that using just one drug, misoprostol, is safe and effective too. In fact, that method has been approved by the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and the World Health Organization. Some providers, though, have reported that option can produce more side effects. This week, Scripps News spoke with Jen Klein, the director of President Biden's Gender Policy Council. The White House is remaining optimistic.
I think that we are going to be in a position where we can continue to ensure access to mifepristone.
Fact number two, advocates won't easily give up offering the abortion drug even if the pill is blocked. Elisa Wells with Plan C, a reproductive rights advocacy group, says efforts to stockpile the drug in preparation of a ban have been underway for months. Her website provides free legal advice and details how options vary state to state. In some cases, her website recommends picking up pills in Mexico.
There is this robust pipeline of pills that come in mostly through India. We know these are coming in the tens of thousands.
In fact, number three, conservatives have the legal advantage. That's because the Supreme Court is just as conservative now as it was when it issued its abortion decision last year. Carol Tobias, the president of National Right to Life, says anti-abortion groups like hers want to stop as many abortions as possible, and legal challenges like this will be common.
We knew that it was not going to be over once the court overturned Roe.
Joe St. George, Scripps News, Washington.
The White House taking action to protect the privacy of women who seek abortions. The administration is looking to limit how police and state officials collect medical information related to reproductive care. The proposed rule would ban healthcare organizations from sharing records with authorities investigating abortions. The proposal is aimed at protecting women who cross state lines to get the procedure, along with healthcare providers and insurers. New developments in the controversy surrounding a potential pardon for a Fort Hood soldier convicted of murder. The victim's fiance now speaking out. Daniel Perry was convicted last week of murdering Garrett Foster. Perry claims he killed Foster in self-defense after driving into a Black Lives Matter protest in Austin. Following the verdict, Governor Greg Abbott called for Perry to be pardoned under the state's Stand Your Ground law. The State Board of Pardons and Paroles now looking into the case, but Foster's fiancée, Whitney Mitchell, is denouncing the move.
I don't know how you can justify doing any of this, and it just seems like a big political stunt. It's disgusting, and it's really horrifying, and I can't understand it.
Perry has not yet been sentenced in the matter. On Tuesday, Perry's defense team filed a motion for a new trial, claiming some evidence was not shared. It's been almost a decade since a fertilizer plant explosion devastated the community of West, and 25 News is taking a look back. Be sure to tune in this coming Monday as we'll have special coverage on the explosion, what's happened since then, and how the community is moving forward. The West explosion, a decade later, airs Monday night at 6:30 right here on 25 News. We're learning more now about a frightening rollover crash in Waco. It happened Tuesday night on the I-35 service road between New Road and Valley Mills Drive. Police now say an adult and child were thrown from the car. They and two others were rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, they're all expected to be okay. The car's driver, Shankavea Daniels, is now facing charges of DWI and injury to a child. Plans to revitalize parts of Temple are in full swing. The city is looking to renovate dozens of places across town as part of the Love Where You Live initiative. Construction is set to start soon at Ferguson Park. Crews will be putting in new lighting, sidewalks, and shade for the playground. The program started back in 2018 using input from the community.
It's a very wide range of topics that we have covered and are continuing to cover with this program. So it's really mostly just hearing from those neighborhoods and seeing what do they need and what can we do to help them get what they need.
Right now, they're also finalizing plans for the Temple Heights neighborhood. They plan to build an area for businesses on Avenue H and a park next to Scott Elementary School.
The goal with this program and this initiative is to get to a new neighborhood each quarter of the fiscal year. So very excited. We've got 8 more on our list. I'm sure the list will continue to grow.
Officials say once they finish there, they'll move on to sprucing up Bird Creek. Killeen City Council taking the steps toward building a new city hall. Council members voted to move forward on contracting an architect to draw up plans for the new building. It's a requirement for preparing the bond. That bond will be used for the next city hall and a courthouse complex. The city could also use the project to fund new roads, a library, and a recreation center. If you'd like a night at the museum, just head to the Czech Heritage Museum in Temple. The free event starts at 5 o'clock tonight. Besides celebrating National Volunteer Month, museum officials hope the open house will show the museum is a great place to get together.
Really excited about is making this a place that, again, the community can come to, can rally at, and just, again, have an opportunity to network and find out about the good and positive things that are going on here in Temple and the surrounding community.
There will also be food available from Kolachi Kitchen and Ratibor Country Grill and Catering. But if you missed tonight's event, don't worry. Night at the Museum events will be happening on the second Thursday of every month until August. The fight against hair discrimination is moving forward in Texas. In about 6 minutes, we take a look at what's next for the Crown Act as it makes its way through the Texas legislature. But first, many Texans don't know where their next meal will come from. We take a look at what food banks are pushing for at the state capitol.
Setting up to be a warm one here across central Texas today, but exactly what you expect for this time of year. We are expecting the potential for thunderstorms to work back in. I'll walk you through that 10-day coming up.